How you doing, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over 6 tools that every new mechanic should have in their toolbox. A lot of you guys have been asking me for this video, so I'm going to start making more videos for the younger mechanics, knowing what tools they need, because when I was younger, I didn't know what tools I needed. So here we go. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and gets the video out to more people, and it's free. So just hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. And leave me a comment. Let me know what other videos you guys want me to make. Let's get into it. So the first tool that we're going to be going over is going to be digital multimeter. Now you can pick these up anywhere. I picked this one up from O'Reilly's, but you can pick these up at Harbor Freight as well. You don't need a crazy $300, $400 digital multimeter. You just need something simple that can read volts and ohms, because normally that's all you're going to be really reading with a digital multimeter. Unless you get really into the heavy diagnostics, you're not really going to be using a DMM for anything bigger than that. And most of the voltage, most of the systems that you're going to be working on is a 12-volt system. It doesn't go really higher than that, so you should be okay with just a simple little digital multimeter. When I went to trade school at UTI, the first thing they gave us was our textbook and a digital multimeter that we had to buy, obviously, but they gave us a really nice digital multimeter. But that was the first tool I ever actually owned that was for my professional career. So the first thing I would recommend for the younger mechanics is to pick up a digital multimeter. Like I said, it doesn't have to be expensive. Just something like this is more than enough for the beginning of your career. Once you get more into your career, you can buy something a little nicer that can read a lot higher voltage, and it's nicer, and it has like a better, digital display and all that fun stuff. But generally, all you're gonna be using this for is ohms and voltage. Okay, and sometimes amps, but it just depends on what you're doing. But more than enough, pick up a Harbor Freight one, okay? Harbor Freight one. I'll put a link in the description below to one that you can also pick up from Amazon, but one like that is good enough. The second tool that I'm going to recommend you buy is a 1/2 impact gun. This is actually my original impact gun that I bought when I was starting off in my career, and I still own it. It's an Ingersoll Rand, and it's a titanium one. It's really good. I still use it till this day, and it was the first tool that I used at a shop that I worked at, because I was doing tires. And most of you guys, when you guys are starting off, you're gonna be doing tires and just basic repairs and basic maintenance like that. So you're gonna need to be able to take off tires, because that's what you're gonna be doing in the beginning. So make sure you guys pick up a good 1/2 impact gun. It doesn't have to be crazy expensive. Ingersoll Rand makes great stuff, so I recommend that you look at their stuff and pick one up, because these are actually fairly cheap, under 300 bucks sometimes. So especially when they're on sale. So I got one with air, because I work at a shop that has air compressors and everything like that, but you can even pick up one that is cordless. You should be good to go. So long as you have a 1/2, you'll be able to do pretty much anything on a car, because that's what it takes. You gotta take off the tires. The next thing you're gonna do is buy is a torque wrench, because when you take off the tire, you gotta put it back on, and when you put it back on, you gotta make sure that the lugs are tightened. No ugga-duggas around here, boys. We wanna make sure, and ladies, we wanna make sure that everything is torqued to spec. So when you put the tires back on, you wanna make sure that everything is torqued properly. Make sure you look at the torque specs for that vehicle you're working on and torque that bad boy to the correct spec. 90, 95, 100, 110, 120 is normally what you're gonna see when you're torquing down wheels, but just look at the chart and make sure that you have a good one. I recommend that you buy something nice for a torque ramp, because you want to make sure that this thing's gonna last you and it's actually good quality. But if you can't afford a Snap-on one, buy a Tecton, buy any torque wrench, because they're gonna get you in the range, okay? But when you're doing like engine repair, that's when you need better equipment, things that are way more accurate than just like a Tecton one, because those can be off sometimes 3 to 5 foot-pounds, and that can really damage a motor if you're doing something very delicate like a head or something like that. But generally though, for wheels, a regular torque wrench will do. I actually have 2 of these, one for my wheels and one for like just specialty stuff like engines, but this one I only use for wheels and tires. So pick up a torque wrench, because you're going to be needing it. The next thing I'm going to recommend is an air chuck. There's a digital one, but I recommend that you don't get a digital one because the batteries die on them. So just buy like a regular air chuck, and you should be good to go, because you're going to be doing tires, the basics, when you're coming into the industry. So you're going to need to fill up tires, because that's going to be part of your PPI. And when the car goes away, you got to make sure that you know what air pressure the car was going out, or coming in and coming out. So make sure you guys get a good gauge so that you guys can fill up tires, okay? Next one, guys, is gonna be a pry bar. Now, a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Nestor, this is novelty stuff. Oh, we all know you need a pry bar. No, you don't. A lot of younger mechanics do not know that they need a pry bar that's at least 36 inches. This is a pretty good pry bar. I've owned it since I started my career. It's a Snap-on one, but you can just buy a cheap, Harbor Freight one, and you should be good to go. Because even when you're prying on stuff, these things don't really bend, especially since they're made pretty well. But you do need a pry bar, so make sure you pick one up. Last but not least, pliers. Again, this sounds novelty, but guys, when I started off, I didn't know any of this stuff. So I'm looking at this stuff as if I was talking to my younger self. I did not know I needed like a nice set of pliers. I have regular pliers, I have my needle nose, and then I have my dikes. Okay, and this is normally how they're gonna sell pliers to you, but make sure you guys get a nice set that is gonna be comfortable in your hand and actually works. Okay, so get some nice pliers and you should be good to go, and you're gonna start doing a lot of different things on cars, and you're gonna realize how important pliers are. So make sure you guys get a nice set of pliers. And that's it, guys. Very simple, 6 tools that every young mechanic needs to get in their toolbox as soon as possible, because you're gonna be using these tools pretty frequently, especially when you're starting off. And you wanna start picking up tools. Again, I've always recommended you guys buy the cheapest tools you can get in the beginning of your career so you can start moving and start doing more work. Once you get into the later years of your career, or you start making real money, you can splurge on the nicer stuff because you can afford it, and you can buy it used, good quality brands, or you could buy it brand new off the truck, but you don't want to get into debt with this stuff. You want to pay it off as soon as possible, because we do not want to have any debt to do our job. We want to be able to get into the trade, make money with it as soon as possible, and not have any debt, and just rack up our cash so we can invest it in other fun things like homes, properties, other businesses, other investments like stock or crypto, other cars we can flip, whatever it is. We want to take all the money that we're making and invest it in that. Okay, we don't want to be slaves to Snap-on for the rest of our career. We want to have our tool set, make money with it, and that's it. It could be hard or freight. I don't care. As long as you're making money with it, it's a good tool. Okay, so don't get into this whole, what should I get Snap-on? Should I get Ingersoll Rand? Should I get Harbor Freight? Buy the tools that's going to help you complete the job so you can get paid. Okay, don't listen to these people telling you that you need Snap-on when you start off in your career. You need the best tool for the job at that moment, and the best tool for the job at that moment is the one that gets the job done. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button, and if you like the video, donate to the PayPal link in the description below if this information was valuable to you, and leave a comment. Let me know what else you guys want me to talk about. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. It's running here.
Okay.
Clear? Beautiful. They're a little round. And then move the little square.
Tool time!
Let me see if I can go ahead, do it again. Just fuck around, move around.